Hey guys! So I'm currently in Vienna in Austria. It is boiling today. We've had really good weather, which is lucky because my last couple of weeks in Germany there've been like thunderstorms and it's been pouring with rain, but today we had a really lovely day. Since Berlin, where Finn had just left, and she was off traveling with her friend from Germany, and I met up with my friend from Germany pretty much straight after that. I spent a couple of days with her. She showed me some really awesome places around Leipzig, and then we went back to Berlin so I could catch up with my cousin, and it was so nice seeing him again as well. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but he's been doing 6 months in France. He had an awesome time. And it was really awesome to hear all his stories, and we stayed in this really cute hostel. It was massive. It was a hostel and a hotel, so we had use of their swimming pool, their sauna. It was great. Of course I didn't swim because of my new tattoos, but yeah, we had a really awesome time hanging out. We went to the Hard Rock Cafe. It's his family tradition, so we went in there together and I had a cauliflower burger and it was phenomenal. So I wanted to catch you up on the last week and a half. So I'm just looking at my diary here so I can remember everything that I actually did. So after Berlin, I caught a bus to Würzburg, where I met up with Luca. It was weird catching up with him because I didn't really know him very well. In Bali he was really quiet and shy, so I didn't know him all that well, but I really did get to know him when I was there, and he's super cool. We had a really awesome time. He took me to this club. It was their closing night, so it was packed full of people. So hanging out with the locals in Germany has been a really interesting experience. So the positives are that they take me to places that I would never have thought to go as just a tourist. And a big part of this trip is that I didn't want to do the touristy stuff. I wanted to do the more off the beaten track type things. So hanging out with the locals has been great for that because they take you to places that nobody really knows about, that obviously tourists wouldn't know about, which has been great. But the downside to that is that they speak German, and when you go and hang out with them and their friends, all they do is speak German. And hanging out with Jenny was awesome. She was great at translating and stuff. But when I went to this club with Luca, it was packed full of people, and it wasn't a tourist club. It was very much a club for the local kids to go and hang out. And of course no one spoke a word of English, so I found it was a struggle to contribute to any conversations. I couldn't just strike up a conversation with a stranger because, you know, odds are they didn't really speak English, and if they did, it's difficult to just go up to a group of people talking German and then just randomly start speaking English, of course. So that was a struggle. But Jenny came and met me in Würzburg, and we spent a night in a hotel, and then she took me back to Leipzig where we spent the next week and a half. That was awesome. We did some really awesome stuff. We went to this theme park called Atlantis. There's a great photo of me on that roller coaster. I'm terrified. It goes up like this and then straight down again, and that's when they take the photo, so I'm mostly just terrified. And we also went to the zoo, which was incredible. They had beautiful, huge enclosures. When we first got there, we went and had breakfast right next to this enclosure that had like zebras and giraffes just like running around, which was really cool. family. They were all so lovely, so generous. I'm so grateful that they let me stay at their houses, and I'm so grateful to Jenny as well for being such an amazing host. Shout out to Jenny, love that girl, had such a great time with you, can't wait to see you again. We want to go back to Prague together because her dad actually worked there for 2 years, so she knows some really cool places there that she wants to take me. And so that brings me to now. I caught a bus from Leipzig to Vienna, and that was stressful because my bus was really badly delayed, and I was worried that I was going to miss my connecting bus because the bus went from Leipzig to Dresden, and then there was an hour and a half wait there, and then from Dresden to Vienna. And I was so stressed waiting in the pouring rain in Leipzig, waiting for my bus to show up, and I'm stressing out, especially after my really horrible experience with Philippine Airlines. So I was lucky enough to have Jenny drive me all the way to Dresden, and it was about an hour and a half drive, and she'd done so much driving for me already. I couldn't believe it, but she was so lovely. Took me all the way to Dresden. We hung out there, had some more breakfast, and then caught this bus to Vienna. And I didn't know, but the bus actually went through Prague, and Finn was there because I'm meeting Finn in Vienna, and she was busing from Prague to Vienna. And she was at the bus stop, so I got to say hi to her for like 5 minutes before both of our buses went in the same direction. Very strange. So we met up again at our Airbnb, which is where we are now, and it's incredible here. I'm having such an awesome time. Today we spent the day wandering around the city, sitting in the park by this massive cathedral. Yeah, and we went and had veggie burgers at this burger joint, had such an awesome time. So I'm not sure if I've mentioned this yet, but I am a vegetarian now. I have been unintentionally eating vegetarian food for the last 2 months anyway, because my family in England is vegetarian. My friend Finn is obviously vegetarian. So, and Jenny was also vegetarian, so I've been eating vegetarian food unintentionally, and it wasn't until I had some really bad experiences eating meat overseas that I decided that I would intentionally go vegetarian. I want to do a whole video about this and chatting about my health and all that sort of stuff anyway, but just to mention my new struggles as a vegetarian. So my body doesn't really process carbs very well, and I'm trying really hard to stay as low carb as possible, and that's very difficult when you're a vegetarian because pretty much all you eat is veggies and carbs. So I have definitely struggled with that. So today, for example, we went to this burger joint, had these great burgers, and I wanted to try and make it as low carb as possible. So I just took off the buns of the burger, and I sort of basically had like a halloumi salad with what was in the burger, and it was delicious and it was great. And like that's kind of what I've been doing this whole time. I just sort of like remove the carb portion anyway, and it's like just as good, if not better. But I'm gonna work on more low carb, vegan, vegetarian recipes when I get back to Brighton, of course. I'm hoping to do some more research about it, talk to some vegetarian vegans, see how they do it. But yeah, that aside, I've had an excellent time. It's been absolutely wonderful, and I'm really excited for the next couple of weeks. So we're here tonight in Vienna, and then tomorrow afternoon we catch a bus to Budapest, and I'm so excited for Budapest. It's going to be amazing. I've heard such great things about it. I have a little guidebook that I'm going to read tonight. We're going to do some research and see exactly what we want to do, because we're only there for 2 short nights. And then we fly to Turkey, which is going to be great. We're there for 6 nights altogether, so it'll be interesting to see what we get up to there. And it'll also be our first time at an Airbnb in the whole apartment, because on the website you can either book private rooms or like a whole apartment. So in Turkey we're staying in 2 really big nice apartments, and then we fly to Greece and do the same thing there. So it's very exciting. I will keep you updated. I will try and film as much as possible. I'm having such a great time. I enjoyed the weather so much today. It was nice to have some sun. So tonight we're just gonna chill. Okay, thanks guys, bye!